Yeah, basically, I would offer Microsoft Game Pass as a streamable service on both Android and Bell, the new Bell set-top box that we're basically revising. Microsoft don't need to make another Xbox to begin with, uh, because they own most of exclusive rights on software and titles. They bought out so many gaming companies that are publishers and software developers. To begin with, they own Bethesda, for example. They own 343 Industries. They own mostly Call of Duty games. They bought out Activision. Microsoft can basically use any manufacturer as an excuse and license to print money, right? So it would be up to the manufacturer to design the gaming system for them, and be looking at Xbox Live or Xbox Game Pass or basically Xbox itself as an operating system instead, or a moddable experience that would transmute with Android or other operating systems like even Ubuntu. You bother hack each other all the time anyways. Why not make a gaming system server that's actually more universal and cross-platform across many platforms? They're already planning to release Halo on the freaking Switch and the PS5, which is, I think, a great idea because they would branch out to more market. People would have more options to play these great games on different units. No matter what, there's some people who would simply prefer Nintendo because they would rather play Zelda and Link and Mario games, right? But who knows? Maybe they would still like to play Halo. Would void the warrant to buy an extra machine. Could instantly make more profit by buying software. Your tech's almost so advanced anyways that it would barely be a problem. Microsoft would be better off at designing simply the majority of the software, the operating system, and you simply manufacture it. What do you think? Bell would make their own set-top box anyways. Would have a manufacturing plant to begin with. They won't tell you where it is. Exactly my point. Why would the GTA 2 members make an even better phone just so I can play freaking Fortnite if I want to? It would actually boost the performance so I get better graphics. Just explain that something may be under process for gameplay. Microsoft actually access gameplay. I would get basically mostly the service for free as a tester, maybe. Who knows? Besides, I need Microsoft software or a modified Windows Microsoft operating system for majority of GTFO protocols. Especially for Halo. It uses mostly Microsoft revised software. And would use its own fission against it in the tubular design to actually scan your body, your ghost body print, and be able to show on screen as the tissue regrows. It would be able to displace where is the tissue regrowing while still showing the rest of your ghostly methane. That's what was the GTF explained to me. While using the same copper A1 rods that I devised. Just reuse and recycle the same fission for two purposes. One, to regrow the tissue, and one, to better read the rest of the formula. That way, you can 3D by 3D mapping actually control the radiation and pinpoint where you want your tissue to grow from your ghostly methane. Would show you what's possible or not right out of the get-go. There you go. I think it's cool. I worked out this similar idea, but I wasn't sure yet on fission and how to do it. My invention simply got better over time, and I kept revising it, simply adding to it. And GTF2 have been basically working behind the scenes, figuring some stuff out. I may soon be actually more than able to reprint my entire wife and kids' bodies, and maybe one day even Jub Jub. You know? And you know, for the time being, you know, I'm just so busy working, and I needed a break. So this last 3 days has been fun. You know, I had you know, especially after my own daughter died. Yeah. Someone apparently wore more than a hockey mask, and gave him a major beating to my evil fake father. Broke his hip and knee and most of their ligaments, basically, with an iron crowbar. That's what was told. GTF2 was told. Was told me, you know. Oh, and by the way, my new phone, in case you would want to know, it's a Moto G Play. Why do you think they would bother name it the Moto G Play? Because I would be better at fucking and reaching the G spot with my sexual organ shape, and the girls know it. G play with the G spot. I would end up buying this phone and living a verbal orgy over the phone with GTF2 members. What do you think a soldier would do when they're not doing battle or overseas helping, you know, innocent civilians or whatever? They got nothing else to do. Who would bother marrying a soldier? He's always overseas or at the base. He's got no time for home. Who would bother being married to a GTF2 member when they're always contract killers and they're not even supposed to have a working sexual relationship with anybody, because they would have to be basically cast out of society and live in total secret and not have any attachments like a Jedi. Exactly. You're not supposed to even tell if you're on a date and you get a call or a text from GTF2 telling you where to meet and and you're being sent on a mission. You're simply supposed to say, "Excuse me, I gotta leave," and never see that person again, without telling them for whatever reason you're leaving. You're not even supposed to bring her back to her place. Nothing. Just leave. You're on a mission. You're Black Ops. You're a contract killer. Actually, no, a retired GTF2 member. I can tell a story. You've been apparently paratrooped so many times for drug-related cases and explored minefield areas with a fucking rat. And he had to have his hips and knees get the surgeries because he took too many blunt impacts from being dropped on the parachute. Poor guy. He actually served as a stripper for a while. He still uses Google Bar, his stripper name, and fake it being his old grandfather's name. Poor Fabien. Nice guy. No longer serves. Retired. I hope he's doing well. I hope his surgeries went fine and he eventually got able to walk a little. Big believer in the Bible too. He would coach me, like, you know, back when I was suffering, seeing ghosts and all, dealing with mental visions, and he would see me get paranoid and backtrip. He would actually, you know, remind me to simply read the Bible or keep believing in heaven and stuff, and told me if whatever reason I was suffering from some form of schizophrenia, maybe it was for a reason and I should be reading the Bible. You know, gave him a few items like a chapelet or some medals, from a Mary medal, stuff. A pretty good guy. I think in Quebec now. I don't know. I don't think he's in Edmonton. He used to be in Edmonton, and moved to Quebec because he would get better pension and more help. I could have revealed his name. That's fine. I'm not putting him in danger. He's retired. No longer serves. Yeah, he talked to me about his contract kill jobs, being sent in some areas around the world where people would be laying minefields. He had a trained rat, apparently, who would sniff for mines, and he would just simply follow him around silently and would crouch and stuff. It would be a long walk in the jungle, but he would make sure to be safe, to make a better arrest some terrorist pedo and gangster drug dealer like the cartel. Just saying. A Canadian hero, and he went through some of the most painful surgeries ever. That's what it does cost to be in GTF 2. Most missions would simply be airdropped. But most GTF 2 teams would safely operate within the Canadian country, monitoring everything you do, basically, on your illegal servers and dark web stuff. Doing a better assist for the military, because only us would have the proper software to even monitor what happens on the dark web and remain safe and be undetectable in most cases, because we would have a higher upgrade on our servers compared to you. We would have simply devised a way to be totally undetectable and monitor everyone's connections and devices. How did Amy know I bought a Nintendo 2DS and she bought a 3DS just to play freaking Zelda with me and use Street Pass? Just saying. You should know. A lot of Bell employees work for military because that's what it is. We simply use their satellites to provide and monitor everything. How would Bell send 2 rockets in space to, dispatch their 2 satellites? To begin with, they would need to have subscribed their own rockets, right? And we didn't use NASA, I guess. I don't know. Did you use NASA or Canadian? Devise something more Canadian. I don't know. I would have to check. The 2 Nemo satellites, huh? Most satellites would be connected to both at the same time to your antenna. Would simply have a second operator light and would read to both satellites at the same time to get your TV channel or your internet service for Shaw.